My friends, I felt called to come on and do a channeled love message. So first I'm just going to do an energy check to make sure this is your reading, and then I'm going to get channeled messages from your person. So I'm seeing the wordless card from this deck. I'm seeing the wordless card. So I wanted to come on and do a reading for you. Actually, this card is the masquerading card, someone wearing a mask. So this person could be holding their cards close to their chest right now. I am wearing a mask by appearing happy and serene in front of others. When I am alone, I think about you and realize I was my true authentic self when I was with you. So we'll see if that's symbolic. But like I said, first I have a few decks that I want to get to do an energy check to make sure this is your reading. And then we're going to look at your person's energy before we get those messages. So we have camera, reminiscing, keepsake, learning from the past. So clearly someone's thinking about you. So let's see what's going on here. We have healthier choices. That's good. Healthier choices, making healthy choices in self and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. That's interesting because when I was getting ready for this reading, I was hearing a song that probably not many of you know, but I was hearing Happier by Guster. That's interesting. Anyway. We have the mirror. So this person could have been quite self-focused. So we have the golden mirror. So they could have been quite self-focused, self-absorbed. There could have been some not so nice behaviors coming from this person. I don't want to say they were a narcissist, but they could have had some of those tendencies. Maybe their perception was really off is what I'm hearing. So let's cut the deck. We have addiction. Codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. And I was seeing that wordless card, so it feels like this person maybe can't talk to you right now. They could be struggling with addictions. This could also be someone who uses addictions to block emotions, block themselves from feeling emotions. It feels like this person has a block. You could have also struggled with codependency within this connection. But let's get into this energy check. So, what's happening here? We have clock, needs time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, progress. So clearly something needed time to heal here. And we have healthy choices. So both of you making healthier choices. And you know, if this person was behaving in some not so nice ways, I feel like, and you could have struggled with codependency, I feel like right now you're making healthier choices, choosing yourself, focusing on self-love. I already read that card. Focusing on happiness. We have abundance, trying to keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. And we have dragonfly. So things coming to light, adapt, change, heal. So I feel like whoever you're connected to, some of their behaviors could be coming to light to themselves right now about themselves as they focus on self-love. Clearly this person, there's the mirror. Clearly this person, there needed to be some time here for this person to heal. Mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. So I feel like you and this person could have been mirroring back to each other wounds that needed to heal. For example, if this person had some of those tendencies, maybe this person, mirrored those back to you so that you could learn how to detach from it, to make healthier choices, to know that you deserve better. And perhaps when you did that, this person realized something about their own behavior is what I'm hearing. Things coming to light. So I feel like maybe you saw the light when it came to this person. You saw, with that addiction card, I do feel like you could have been codependent on this person, or you could have been codependently attached to them. And then maybe you started to, through reflection, maybe these traits started to come to light for you and you realized that you needed to make healthier choices and not put up with that type of behavior is what I'm hearing. So let's look at the clock. Needs time. Yep. So underneath clock, we have not enough. Frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, and ego issues. So it feels like there was some self-sabotaging going on within this connection. And however they were treating you, made you feel like you weren't enough. You could have been lacking confidence. They were lacking confidence. And we have the runner. So runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. And you could have taken their running tendencies. This is under needs time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, progress. So I feel like when they ran from you or they had a fear of intimacy, it could have triggered your lack of self-worth, lack of self-confidence. I do feel like this person sabotaged this connection and ran from it because of their own lack of confidence and fear and ego issues. I feel like your person did sabotage this connection. So healthier choices. Healthier choices. We have talking. Interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, hovering. So I feel like as this person as you start to focus on your self-love and self-care and being happier, and this person is making healthier choices, things coming to light, healing, I feel like they do have this urge to talk to you. But like I said, I was seeing the wordless card. So I don't think this communication has happened yet. There could have been something quite unhealthy about communication here. Keeping a positive mindset. Yeah, we have Hand of Cards. Didn't I say holding their cards close to their chest? So being strategic, not showing hand. So it feels like right now this person is not showing you anything in the 3D right now, but you're trying to keep a positive mindset. We also have girl with a snake, empath, narcissist, paradigm, feeling led on, feeling like you're used, enabling, and boundaries. So what this feels like to me is right now you're trying to keep a positive mindset about this person rather than stick a label on them. And I feel like you're trying to believe that this person could change. I do think that, I said that this person you could have been mirroring with this person. And if this person was behaving like that empath narcissist paradigm, it could have been a lesson for you to put up boundaries and stop enabling that behavior. Again, with that coming underneath keeping a positive mindset, it feels like you're no longer focusing on those labels of they're just a narcissist. So, and trying to keep a positive mindset in the boundaries that you've put up as well. Because if you are someone who's struggled with feeling like you're not enough and codependency, putting up boundaries could have been hard for you. It could have been a very important lesson that you needed to learn. Sometimes empaths have a really hard time putting up boundaries because they just want to help people. They just want to see the good in people. But I feel like this person taught you a lesson about boundaries. So let's look at things coming to light, adapt, change, heal. Things coming to light, healing heart. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from a toxic relationship. So this relationship could have become toxic. And that could have, again, you could have been overlooking those behaviors or hoping that, that empath card, hoping that you could help them. But it feels like these things came to light. You started to realize these things. You knew you needed to put up boundaries and heal from this. So underneath adapt, change, and heal, the dragonfly, we have healing heart, which is lovely. That's really nice. Let's look under mirror. Mirror. Not today. That's exactly what I was feeling. I was feeling that wordless card. I feel like this person holding their cards close to their chest, there's this energy that as they heal and as you heal, they do want to talk to you, but not today. They're not ready. This card also talks about boundaries. So clearly there's boundaries in place here. And we have time to heal. So right now this person is very focused, and I feel like you're very focused on healing. Focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work. So clearly this person reflected back onto you the importance of boundaries, the importance of knowing your worth, and you both reflected back onto each other. These two, this is the card I'm getting to confirm the mirror. You both reflected back onto each other shadows that were unhealed that needed to heal. And it looks like right now you're both focused on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So it doesn't feel like either of you are ready to talk in this situation, that you're still focused on healing. So I have a couple of other decks that I'm just going to get to confirm this. I felt called to a deck I haven't used in a while by Chelsea Gomez. And it has a butterfly. It has a butterfly on the front. This says, stick up for someone, help. So again, you could have tried to help this person. You could have tried to overlook some of those behaviors. But in the end, I think boundaries needed to be put into place and some shadow work and self-appreciation. Your person or you, we have arts, audio, technology. So one of you could be very creative, or both of you. Maybe someone plays the guitar. This could have been a situationship. All right, so let's cut the deck. We have speeding, happening quickly, fast movement, ready or not. So that's interesting. What I'm getting with that, empathy underneath that, so you could be an empath. But I feel like this could have been a connection where, this is like 8 of Wands energy, so I feel like this could have been a connection that went 0 to 100, like very quickly. This is also giving the energy that there is something coming towards you. But right now I feel like there's still some hurt here and some healing that needs to happen before that comes in. And whenever I'm called to do channeled messages, it's always because someone has something they want to say, but they can't say it yet. So let's see what comes out of this deck. We have physical distance. I'm just going to get a few from this deck. I feel like this person could have also been a little bit clueless about some of their own behaviors. When I'm thinking about that dragonfly, things coming to light, it feels like they are starting to realize, because of the distance between you, some of their own behaviors. We have physical distance. So physical distance between you. We have comfort. So I feel like this person is missing your comfort right now. Your healing energy, that empath energy. This is really interesting because we have doesn't care, insensitive, thoughtless, inconsiderate, cold-hearted. And that's what I was feeling with that narcissist empath paradigm. And that the clueless card, like this person could have they could have been wearing a mask, and they could have come across quite cold, quite insensitive, quite cold-hearted. And you seem to be coming through as an empath, so someone who feels quite deeply, loves quite deeply. And maybe, that's something that came to light for you, that this person was presenting quite insensitive and cold, and perhaps that's when you put up boundaries. We have interference. So it feels like there was interference within this connection. This doesn't say third-party interference. This just says interference. So there could have been other people's opinions interfering with this connection, or there could have been other things interfering with this connection, like work or past wounds, or the fact that this person was like, their perception of themselves was very off, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, we have that situationship card. So it feels like, I don't know if this ever turned into anything serious. Freckles could be symbolic, red hair. But this says low standards, and I'm not saying that you had low standards, but this card says accepting less than you deserve. And I do feel that you are very comforting and you're an empath, and I feel like you wanted to help this person, and I do feel like you were accepting less than you deserved from this person. I do feel like they were presenting quite inconsiderate, quite cold-hearted. That could have been one of the interferences here. And, you know, if this person walked away or you walked away, I'm hearing rejection is protection. But you were clearly accepting less than you deserved here. With the situation card, situationship card, you know, you could have wanted something more stable, but maybe you stayed in this situationship because you wanted to make it work, because you loved this person, also because you were struggling with lack of confidence, maybe fear of abandonment, and maybe codependency, because those cards came out. I have one more card here, which I'm going to mention in a minute. I just want to get a few more. Let's get two more. Could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, we have second chance, judgment from guides, wrong choice. So it feels like right now your person, things are coming to light. They're having an awakening. It does look like they want a second chance here. But like I said, with the not today, it feels like they're still healing and you're still healing. One more. So this person that came in right underneath doesn't care. There's so much energy coming out of comfort and empathy and empath and nurturing. Like, I feel like that's you. And I feel like your person didn't know what to do with that energy. Again, I feel like the mirror card, I feel like they were meant to mirror back to you that you were accepting less than you deserved and taught you how to put up boundaries. And I feel like you were reflecting back to this person a lot of comfort and empathy, and they didn't know what to do with that because they were in that cold-hearted energy. We have stable, that's really good. We have stable, good influence, makes a difference, impactful. So as you both focus on your self-worth and heal and grow and do shadow work, you're both becoming more stable. And we have get through to you. Reaching out, make a move, coming forward. So again, this person is it feels like they're getting ready to come forward, but that there still needs to be more healing here before that happens. And again, I only get called to do channeled messages when there's somebody that wants to talk to you, but something is holding them back. All right, so I have one more deck we're gonna get. Let me put that one there. I just want to take a quick look at sign, boundaries, disrespectful, enough is enough, defend yourself. So I just want to take a quick look at the energy. Toxic. And I'm not making excuses, but there are a lot of toxic people out there where it's learned behavior. They learned it from their parents, and they don't actually know they're being toxic until it's reflected back to them, or until they learn a karmic lesson, or until somebody puts up a boundary and speaks up for themselves and says, you're being toxic. I do feel that's what's coming to light for your person. Remember the healing heart, toxicity. So I feel like what's coming to light for them is they are realizing that some of their behaviors were a little bit toxic. And I've actually heard some people talk about how empaths, and I'm not trying to trigger you, but sometimes empaths can also, it's considered a little bit toxic to, how can I put that, to like put up with that behavior. Anyway, so let's see what the vibe is. What's the vibe? Masculine. So masculine energy just came out, and we have hopeful, trying to keep a positive mindset, but masculine energy, very good for both of you, because it's about knowing your worth. It's about standing in your confidence. It's about releasing fixer patterns with this situation, with other people, and focusing on your own needs and wants. So that's actually very good. We have harmony, balance, peace, happiness. So it feels like right now, you and this person, there's mirroring, right? So you're both focused on your masculine energy. You're both working on your balance, working on your happiness. And we have hopeful, so trying to keep a positive mindset. All right, let's get a few more. Wishful thinking, second chance. So somebody's thinking about, your person is thinking about a second chance here. Intimacy, missing that mutual respect, unity, closeness, missing that, wanting a second chance with you. But again, not today. They're not ready to reach out. They're thinking about reaching out. And I feel like this energy is gaining momentum with that car card that we saw. But look at this. We have exhausted, and it says burnt out. And I know that I talk about it a lot, about how when you have that runner-chaser dynamic, good news is chaser didn't come out. So you're healing your chaser energy is what I'm hearing. And I feel like this person, is still working on their runner energy. But one thing that happens in the runner-chaser dynamic, or in the dynamic of someone overgiving and someone not giving enough, is the person, the empath, who is giving, putting up with the bad behavior, hits a point where they become emotionally burnt out and exhausted, and they have no choice but to put up boundaries and to speak up for themselves. And then we have wishful thinking. We'll get two more. All right, we have smell the roses. So this is very much like those focus on self cards. Slow down, take some you time. And we have masked. So someone is wearing a mask here. Remember the first card that I picked up off of this deck? Someone is wearing a mask here. Someone who wants to reach out to you, but again, it feels like they're still dealing with some things before they can reach out. All right, so let's get animal cards to just check you and your person's energy. So we're going to start with you. Let's look at your energy. I'm seeing lots of earth energy, so very grounded, working on your stability. Oh, that's nice. The bear. All right. Oh, that's so interesting. I saw a hawk yesterday. I saw a hawk flying around in the air. So a change is in the wind, messenger of divinity. The winds are shifting, the winds are changing. So let's get your energy first. Show me the viewer's energy. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. Divine feminine energy. I like that. And we have the oyster on the bottom. So you could be really focused on yourself right now. You could be, the oyster card does talk about something beautiful that's forming through grit and irritation. So whatever happened with this person, I feel like it's transforming you. This one also talks about doubting your inner gifts. So you could be doubting yourself a little right now. You could still be struggling with some of that, but the tiger, beautiful. Again, feminine energy. Where's my book? And you know what I want to look at? I want to look at the tiger card in this book. Where's the tiger card in this book? Claim your power. Boundaries. 25. Let's have a look. I'm just going to read some of this to you. Anyone face to face with a tiger instantly shifts in. This card is not from this deck, but I felt called to read the tiger card from Animal Apothecary. Tiger summons you to connect with your greatest power, to overcome yourself, to overcome your doubts, fears, and insecurities and illusions of the ego, and to use boundaries. While many of the animals in the Apothecary deck ask you to be accepting of your emotions, when this card comes up, it means enough is enough. So, this is about the masculine. It is feminine energy, but it's about stepping into your masculine energy and taking action and creating what you want. So this card is about boundaries. I am valuable and important. That's your affirmation. Each time I don't respond or set a boundary, I remind myself what I am. I got to go look at that. Each time I don't respond or set a boundary, I remind myself of my worth. That was the affirmation that just popped down. That was magical, and it happened at 12:12. Anyway, this card is all about boundaries. Get in control of your thoughts and transform the story you tell yourself. Shift perspective, conquer your emotions, and carve out the life you desire. You can no longer submit to the identities and definitions that you once projected on yourself and others. It's time to move forward and initiate your power. When you stand in your greatness like a tiger, you have nothing to prove, for you just are. True power is not dictated or enforced. It is an energy that magnetizes others to want to help your cause. Once someone has to prove and display their strength, they've already lost it. So, this is about not wallowing in smallness and self-pity and putting up boundaries and claiming your power. I like that. To me, that really speaks of... I can't believe that affirmation popped down just now. Magic. So let's look at the tiger in here. Like I said, lunar force, ease and darkness, feminine energy. The tiger hunts at night, at one with the silence, fears nothing. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness, to allow the lunar forces, and I'm filming this on a full moon, to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in stillness except the awakening of your own power. That was magical. That was magical. All right, let's get your person's energy. I'm just going to shuffle again for them. Let's get your person's energy. All right, let's cut the deck. We have the black egg. That's very positive. And the frog, releasing, cleansing, healing. That's very nice. And the black egg, did I say the black frog? I meant the black egg. I think maybe I said the black frog. The black egg, I just want to look. I won't read you the whole thing, but I just want to look at it. Because this is what you don't see about your person. Speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. So this could have been someone who, with some of those cards I was seeing, this could have been someone who gave a lot of excuses or projected back onto you, or you even felt like they were gaslighting you. But the black egg, none of that exists within the black egg. So they're tapping into their authentic truth. So let's see your person's energy. Show me their person's energy. We have the buffalo. And we have the otter. That's nice. Except the otter's in reverse. That's not so nice. But the buffalo is in the upright. So the otter in reverse is, that came out in a reading I did yesterday in reverse. Gloomy, sighs, makes excuses. What were we just saying about the black egg? So they're still healing some of that. So I feel like if they were to communicate right now, they might still give some of those excuses. That's what's being cleansed out of them right now. That's what's being healed out. That's what all of these things are coming to light for them. And we have the buffalo, grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual, trusting, pure presence. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. So it does feel like they're grounding in their own energy right now and overcoming obstacles. But again, this is still in reverse. So there's still things that they need. Things are coming to light for them, but there's still things they're working on. I want to see how they're feeling about you. We've got that on the bottom, which is also very good because that's more masculine energy. You know, shedding old versions of themselves, I'm hearing. All right. So how are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? Oh, the hawk, messenger of divinity. So this is really interesting. We have the deer, which is so Queen of Pentacles energy. So Queen of Pentacles energy. So we have the hawk and we have the lion. Very nice. Messenger of divinity. So let's look at the deer really quickly. Again, that's very Queen of Pentacles energy. Loving, intuitive, empath, graceful, nurturing, calm, sense of grace. The deer personality affects others in this way, drawing them towards quiet tenderness. Receptive, compassionate, nurturing. That's what kept coming out for you. That type of energy kept coming out for you. When out of balance, concerned and protected. So you could have, when your shadows were triggered, you could have become quite protective of yourself and had to put up those boundaries. You could also be a mother or a parent. The lion is one of my favorite cards. I do feel like you intimidate this person because you've been through a lot of personal growth and evolution and spiritual transformation. Patient, regal, a complete master. This is how they feel about you. The epitome of peace and strength. Someone who is the living mascot of self-transformation. This is how they feel about you. A lion personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. So I feel like your light intimidated their shadows. They do not waste energy or resources, which is so interesting because when the tiger came out, that's kind of what I was hearing. I was hearing how, I don't know where I read this. I must have an animal deck with a tiger in it that talks about how a tiger doesn't waste their time chasing after prey that they know they can't catch. They're very, like this lion card says, where was it? They do not waste their energy. So right now this person feels like you're not wasting your energy on them and you're focused on yourself and you're focused on transformation. And again, your spiritual growth and personal transformation could have really triggered this person's shadows because it's something that they were needing to do. Their soul was crying out for self-transformation and healing. And we have the hawk. I always find it magical when I see a hawk because it happens rarely. Messenger of divinity. When in balance, this is how they feel about you. Sees clearly and is highly intuitive. When out of balance, sees too much and is suspicious. So when you were triggered, you could have, called this person out on some of their stuff. You could have seen right through them. The winds are shifting. It feels like this person feels like you redirected the course of their life. That's really nice. All right. Well, that's nice. Very positive. So I'm going to get channeled messages and then I'll get tarot. So, you know what? I just want to see how this person is feeling about you. I haven't used this deck in so long. It's by someone who doesn't create decks anymore. And I haven't felt called to use this deck in so long. So let's just see. I just want to see your energy first. Show me the viewer's energy. Show me the viewer's energy. So we've got, this is beautiful. We've got this in reverse, which says lack, helpless, victim mindset. It's in reverse. So you no longer have that victim mindset. You're putting up boundaries. You're knowing your worth. Yes, we have, this is this gives me Empress, Queen of Pentacles energy. Hopeful, patient. So sitting in your power. It also says expectant. So you could be expecting something to happen. And we have elated, passionate, focusing on your happiness, focusing on your fulfillment, coming out of the victim mindset, coming out of the energy of lack. Let's see this person's energy. Oh, self-frustration. Frustrated with how they treated you. Frustrated with how they treated you. Frustrated with themselves for treating you like that for so long. Torment. We do have optimistic, positive, open-minded, which is actually very good. Like I said, that's what I was seeing in their energy, but it still feels like this is reminding me of the otter in reverse. So there's still things they need to reflect on and heal before they come back. Oh. We have boredom and lost. So clearly they're missing your energy. Let's see how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? Unsure of the future, unsure if you'll take them back. I'm not going to take all those. So for their cards, they have like one positive and then a few negative. Yours seem to be all positive, but they still have a few negative cards there. So there's still things they're working through, which is why this isn't coming in yet. So unsure about the future. They're feeling unsure if you will take them back. These cards keep coming out in big clumps. I'll take this one because I can see it. Self-doubt. So when they are feeling insecure about you right now. This is how they feel about you. They could know that you struggled with insecurity as well. But it feels like they're feeling, on the bottom we have safe, comfort, trust. So to me, it feels like they don't feel like they're enough for you right now. Again, things about themselves that they need to heal are coming to light right now. I'm hearing a rude awakening about themselves. How are they feeling about you? These keep wanting to come out in big clumps. That's the one I can see, so that's the one I'm going to take. Red hair could be very symbolic here. On the bottom, yeah, we have regrets, longing, pining. And we have for how they feel about you, brave and bold. That's giving me that tiger and lion energy. We had lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. That just made me way too happy. All right, I haven't gotten that deck in so long. All right, so let's see tarot to really confirm what's happening here. I'm using Wild Reflections Tarot. We've got the High Priestess on the bottom. You're highly intuitive. Also, them wearing a mask. We have the Sun. What did I say about your light? All right. So we're going to go right into them now. We're going to look at their energy. Three of Swords in reverse. Wanting to make amends, feeling regret, wanting to make things right, reconciliation. And we've got the Queen of Cups, empath. I feel like you're an empath for sure, an empowered empath. Because eventually empaths have to learn how to empower themselves or people just walk all over them, right? So I feel like you're an empowered empath. All right, so let's look at your person's energy. Five of Cups, regret, remorse, loss. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is their current energy, so they're working on their stability. They have regret over not realizing your potential, I'm hearing. This is their energy. They have regret that they had someone who was very comforting and nurturing. And they have regret over losing that. Like, look at how this person is looking over at this Queen of Pentacles with sadness. See that? Look at that. And you're just focused on yourself is what I'm hearing. Their current energy for Queen of Pentacles. Again, these cards are not about gender. They're about energy. So this person is working on their stability. They're working on being a kinder partner. They're working on being more comforting. And a practical approach leads to steady progress. So they're approaching this very practically, but lots of sadness and remorse here for how they treated you. Again, I think it's very interesting how when I held those cards up, this person is looking over at that Queen of Pentacles with remorse. And we have, yes, that's good. Five of Pentacles in reverse, positive changes. They're going through positive changes right now. That's really good. That's a really good sign. But practical, steady progress. So it's not going to come in like a bat out of hell, I'm hearing. It's not going to come in quickly. Again, this is someone who wants to talk to you. They want to get through to you. They want to talk to you. They're interested in talking to you, but they're not doing it now because they know they still have things they need to work on, which, in my opinion, whenever I see that, that's a more mature approach. That's more mature than rushing in. Like someone who realizes they were wrong and rushes in before they work to change that and heal that. I'd rather see that energy of someone who knows they need to make more positive changes before coming in. It feels like they're working on how they give and receive love too. So remember that card, the Golden Mirror, self-absorbed. This could have been someone who didn't, wasn't able to give to you. And I always say, people can only give to you from where they are. So if this person couldn't even give to themselves, so they're working on giving and receiving love or understanding how to give and receive love. I think there's remorse for not giving you more. Let's get one more for their energy. Show me their energy. Nine of Swords, anxiety, exactly. So they're feeling like you're the one that got away. They're feeling quite anxious about the way they treated you. They could be anxious about coming towards you, and they're waiting until they feel more confident. I feel like this person is losing sleep over this. And justice on the bottom. So there's anxiety about needing to take accountability here. And they could have justice, the shadow attributes. They could be feeling very anxious because they blamed you unfairly. Remember those toxic cards? I was hearing gaslighting. So this person could have, whatever you said to them, they could have turned around and said, no, actually, that's your fault. Blamed you unfairly. Anxious about the imbalance that was here. There's anxiety about needing to come forward and take accountability. And that's just showing that if they're avoiding that conversation, they're not quite ready to do so. And you want them to be ready. You want a real apology, right? All right. Let's see how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? The Lovers came out. The Ten of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. 10-10. So they feel like you're their emotional fulfillment and long-term stability, marriage, commitment. They could also envision blending families with you. Like if you have children and they have children, or you have dogs and they have dogs. Even if you don't, they imagine having a family with you. But they see you as their future here. And Three of Cups. So they do, for how they're feeling about you, you could be having fun with friends right now. You could be getting out. You could be celebrating life. You could also have a birthday coming up that's on their mind, or their birthday is coming up and they're thinking about it. This is an energy of reunion though, like wanting to, I'm not talking about, well, the Lovers is here, so clearly they want to reunite with you. But the Three of Cups is about reconnecting. I feel like they miss your friendship. Again, you could be having fun with friends right now. Look at this for how they feel about you. They could feel like you're making the choice to move on. But this is, they do feel like they need to take a leap of faith towards you here. They need to make the decision to take a leap of faith. Again, to me, it looks like there's still some things they're working on, some positive changes that they need to make before they'll take that leap of faith. And you don't want them to do this prematurely. If this was in reverse, they're coming in prematurely and probably haven't learned enough to fix this, is what I'm hearing. Lovers, for how they feel about you. So, soul connection. A love that, maybe they've never felt before. A love that's challenged them to look at themselves. Lovers. I want to see how they're seeing you. I want to see how they're seeing you. How are they seeing you? You could be helping others right now. So, for how they see you, they're seeing you as releasing them. We've got Eight of Swords in reverse on the bottom. So you're letting go, you're surrendering, releasing. Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups and Six of Pentacles, they could be seeing you give your love to others instead of giving it to them. You're giving it to others, friends, family, your job. Six of Pentacles, you could help others. You could be a healer. What was I looking up? Eight of Swords in reverse. This is how they're seeing you. Freedom, release, taking control, survivor, facing fears, empowering yourself. That's how they're seeing you. They see you as someone who's empowered yourself and put up boundaries and not putting up with BS anymore. And working on your self-love, Ace of Cups. Their perception could be that you have new love as well. That you're giving your energy to others, but this person is seeing you as someone who helps others. All right, let's look at their intentions. I want to see what their current intentions are. I want to look at current intentions and then future intentions. So For the next week, what are their intentions, is what I'm hearing. What are their intentions this upcoming week? We have the Hierophant. I don't know, my friends. I'm hesitant to say that this person is planning on taking action towards you right now, but their current intentions are to ground the buffalo, and divine masculine energy. Their current intentions right now to work on their confidence, to embody that masculine energy, to know their worth, to stabilize their energy, to ground themselves. I feel like this is very much about them right now. Like their intentions right now are to be this emperor and to become a more stable person who can commit before they come in. So right now their intentions, it's giving me that self-focus, self-worth, focusing on self, focusing on stability. That's their intention for themselves right now, is to be this emperor so that they can commit to you, is what I'm hearing. Let's look at their future intentions towards this connection. Future intentions towards this connection. We have Temperance. So they do want to balance this. They do want compromise, find the middle ground. Six of Cups. Reunion. Putting a connection back together. Whoa! We've got the World and the Four of Wands for their future intentions. Marriage. They've got marriage on the brain. So their intentions for the future here, again, Temperance, compromise, finding middle ground, being patient. Six of Cups, healing this, reunion. The World, completing these cycles, completion, fulfillment. A fulfilling romantic connection with you. Four of Wands, coming home, reunion, marriage, living together. Their intentions, like, right now are to become a better person so that they can be a better person for you, is what I'm hearing. Let's look at their future actions towards you. What action are they going to take in the future towards you? Yep, there it is. So I'm just going to say, like, this person is not going to take action until they feel like they've made enough positive change so that they can give you what you deserve, because I feel like you were accepting less than you deserved for a while. Justice, taking accountability. Truth, accountability, justice, balancing the scales. And we have Strength, cultivating a strong relationship, having the courage and confidence to come towards you to apologize. We got one more. Look, the Lion. That's how they're seeing you. I feel like you tamed their inner shadows, is what I'm hearing. Red hair could be very symbolic. Let's get one more for future actions. Yep, there it is. We've got the Ace of Swords, communication, clarity. And we've got the Eight of Wands. Told you. So once they've made enough adjustments, once they've made enough positive change, once they're feeling stable and confident in their energy and they're ready to apologize and take accountability, action. All right. What is your advice? What is your advice? What is your advice? What is your advice? High Priestess. Remain patient in love, High Priestess. Trust your intuition. Trust your inner knowing. Seriously. That's the meaning in love. Remain patient. That's your advice. And trust your intuition. And divine feminine energy. Remain patient in love, High Priestess. Focus on your spirituality. Trust your intuition. Remain patient in love. That's your advice. And we have the sun. So keep that positive mindset. Focus on your healing. Focus on your own happiness. Focus on what fulfills you and uplifts your spirit. And focus on shining your light if you are someone who's a light worker. Again, the oyster. You could be doubting your inner gifts. Just saying. Don't doubt those inner gifts. Don't doubt those inner gifts. Let me just look at the oyster for you because I saw it on the bottom of the deck for you. Patient, secret keeper, hiding inner treasure. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is, oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They can become shy or doubtful. This can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What have you been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. So, no pressure. I just wanted to bring it up. All right, finally, we're getting to the message section. So let's get some messages from this person. I'll be curious to see if that wordless card comes out. This deck is ginormous. There we go. We have Taurus. I took forever. 83 could be symbolic, so August 3rd, March 8th, or 1983. I took forever in making up my mind about our connection. Instead of speaking to you, I would run and indulge in unnecessary pleasures. Remember the addictions and the running? In order to ignore my feelings. Remember I said this person could use addictions to dull their feelings? We also have Pisces, 93. So 93 could be an important year. All right, so what does your person want to say to you? Difficult differences and ghosted. And cosmic love. 1968, June 8th, August 6th. Unable to confront feelings or what they are feeling. Again, they could have used addictions. Wants to avoid conflicts, explanation, and self-introspection. The mirror card. Convenient to run instead of facing other people's reactions. I'm sorry I had to run. I couldn't tell you how I felt because I didn't even know how I felt. It was easier for me to walk away instead of having to explain myself. We have cosmic love, which is 14, so January 4th, April 1st. Connected in the 5D, regardless if disconnected in the 3D. Intense or strong feelings that they feel are everlasting, powerful, or otherwise indescribable. Remember the lovers came out. Even though we are not together, we are connected through and through. When I sleep, I dream of you. When I'm awake, I think of you. I'm able to feel you as if you were physically here. We have difficult differences, 12, so January 2nd, February 1st. So difficult differences could be anything that makes you different. So this card talks about differences in opinions and ideas of love, differences in status, money, power, culture. One is awakened, the other is unawakened. So you could have been awakened and they were unawakened. There could have been, different lifestyles. You could live on different continents, different age gap, I'm hearing. Our differences drove us apart, and it angered me that you didn't understand where I was coming from. Differences like that empath narcissist paradigm. Again, I'm not saying your person is a narcissist. That term is overused. But if they were cold-hearted and appeared insensitive, and you were warm and loving and an overgiver, difficult differences. It still pains me that we can't come to an agreement even if we love each other. Fall could be symbolic. Twin flame came out. 24. So I'm hearing these could also be days of the month, like the 12th of the month, the 14th of the month, 24th of the month, February 4th, April 2nd. Purpose to live life separately, learning lessons, possible reunion after becoming stronger and awakened, single soul split in half before reincarnating into two bodies. I recognize our connection was intense and still burns my soul. It's a connection, the lovers, that can never be broken, but it is one that must be balanced in order to move forward together. And that makes those other cards make so much sense because the other two cards are about juggling and balance. We have 65, so 1965, June 5th, May 6th. Having too much on their plate, dealing with, remember, interference, dealing with multiple obligations at one time, unable to make decisions based on confused emotions, and the inability to make a decision can stem from a childhood wound. So many things stem, like I've got this book here. It's got like 200 wounds or 200 ways that we act that stem from like wounding. Like, for example, inferiority wound, money wound, mother wound, needing to release projection from others, neglect wound, perfectionism wound, reactive wound, rejection wound, and it explains self-sabotage patterns. It explains where they come from and how we overcompensate or undercompensate for them. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Did I show you the twin flame card? I'm having a hard time processing what happened between us and juggling my own personal responsibilities. I need time and space to deal with everything. And we have balancing, 38, so March 8th, August 3rd. Remorseful through actionable change. Remember the Justice card came out for actions. Wants to undo the wrongs and do right by you. Didn't that come out for feelings as well? Understanding what you put in, you get out. Karmic justice. I'm trying to balance the scales of my life and our connection. I took from you more than you were able to give. And I used you for my own benefit. I now understand that was unhealthy and unfair to you, and I'm sorry. A few more. Magical muse. Yes, you are their magical muse. We have Aries. We have fall. So something, that's exactly what I was just talking about. So we have Pisces on the bottom, so I'm going to take that. 93. I've already mentioned those dates. Creative, intuitive, empath. I had an idealistic view on what a relationship should look like. You challenged that perspective and made me question my whole value system. I didn't understand what you were trying to teach me, but I do now. And zebras could be symbolic. I have zebras on my shirt. So Pisces. We have fragmentation of the soul. This is one of my favorite cards. 29. So February 9th. September 2nd, significant drama from past, which is exactly what I was talking about with that book about wounds. Irrational, unexplained fears and reactions. Overreactions to seemingly small problems. I'm working on my self-worth. Truth, they are. For a long time, I deemed myself as someone who didn't deserve love and happiness. I was always angry with my life and pushed love away because I thought I didn't deserve it. So they had a fragmented soul, just like I think you did. We have magical muse, which came out with yes. So if you're wondering if you're their muse, you are. 22, so the 22nd of a month, or February 2nd. A great source of inspiration and beyond. Artistic inspiration. They could be an artist. I became inspired by your presence, your energy, and your beauty. Without you, I am missing my tools to create my next masterpiece. And that came out with yes. Yes is 95, which is September 5th or May 9th. And it came out this way. So when it comes out this way, yes, eventually. And that's what I was getting. Like, eventually they're going to communicate with you once they're done working on themselves. And we have 99, so 1999, September 9th. September 22nd to December 21st. So fall could be very significant for this connection. We have Aries, 82. So 1982, froggy in my throat, releasing, cleansing, healing. So this, Spirit just told me these are the traits they're releasing and cleansing and healing. But August 2nd, February 8th, I was impulsive, irrational, and selfish. And as I was getting this card, froggy in my throat, and Spirit was like, this is what they're releasing. I pushed this connection to its breaking point. I'm sorry for causing so much conflict in our lives. So they're releasing impulsiveness, impatience, aggressiveness, mood swings, angers easily. And we have 37, rebuilding. Whenever I see, for some reason, whenever I see a wrench or whatever that is, I hear that making it work takes a little longer, making it work takes a little time. Anyway, I don't know why I keep hearing that song, but March 7th, July 3rd, starting over but better than ever, moving forward with hard work and communication. Yes, eventually. Being honest with one's feelings and aspirations for the connection. I feel there needs to be a compromise, temperance, in order to move forward. We have both blamed each other and accused each other of things. I want to heal all of this with you, and I know we can rebuild together. So, my friends, I'm going to leave it here, but I am sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.